and welcome to this Car Pod.
I'm Kennan.
I'm Filippo.
I'm Nick, filling in for Doug, who is gallivanting over the East Coast.
Yeah, although he did leave that behind us.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Nice treat of his.
All right, should we dive into the news?
We got a lot to cover.
Okay. This is a Buick concept car. I'm not making this up. That's truly what it is. But there's a reason it's the first story today, which is there is a rumor from a GM supplier, and pretty verified rumor, that the Camaro, a new CT5, and a new Buick sedan are going to start production in September of 2027.
Wow.
Which is soon.
Far away,
no,
yeah.
that's really soon for there to be 3 cars that we have not seen. We haven't seen leaks really of what the new Camaro will look like, of what the new CT5 will look like, of what a new Buick sedan could look like.
But if there's one thing we're certain of, it ain't going to look like this.
Yeah. This looks, how would you describe this, Ken?
I like it a lot.
Futuristic?
Actually, the was the EB210, that sedan that they did when the one
sure.
turns of production. That's what it reminds me of. I actually think, and there's kind of a hint of Ferrari Daytona up front. I actually like the way it looks, but the reality of it is, if they're smart, they're not going to do this. Because Cadillac is clearly proving there is no market for a luxury sedan that costs a fortune.
I've seen 2 Celestiques in the wild, which
Have you
I'm
really
shocked
seen a
by.
Celestique?
One in Scottsdale and one around here, but
Wow.
like,
Wow, the one around here, that's without dealer tags. They're like actual
yeah, no, and it was
customer-
it was like somewhere East County. It was kind
Wow.
of strange, but
That's a bit of a
yeah.
surprise.
I think greenlighting any sedan right now is a bit of a questionable move.
I agree, but Buick needs cars, and my understanding is that they need to build more cars at that factory to make it make sense financially, and so adding a third model on the same chassis
Here's what I would do.
does that.
Comeback tour, Buick, Tiger Woods. They both rehabilitate their image at the
But
same
he's
time.
going to crash it again.
Well, they'll do. They can use that to advertise their stability control.
It did work for Genesis.
Anti-rollover.
Tiger Woods crashing a Genesis GV80
Yeah.
surely helped.
Bring back Firestone tires on it. Like, you can just go all in.
was-
Just own it. We don't roll over.
We don't roll over.
We don't roll over.
We don't roll over, comma, anymore. That's the new tagline. That thing looks cool. It looks to me more like a concept car from the 90s.
It does.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so futuristic, it looks retro
Even
now.
the background they chose is very 90s futuristic. Yeah.
The last Buick sedan was the Regal, which was discontinued in, after 2020. So this would be a return to sedans for Buick, which currently sells a few SUVs. But all we know so far is that it's almost certainly an updated version of the Alpha platform, which is what the CT4, CT5,
Yeah.
and some other GM products are on.
Okay.
There's a decent chance there'll be a V8 for some versions of the CT5 or the Camaro. GM invested heavily in the V8 plant recently. And that's all we know. But it's exciting that there'll be 3 new cars, not SUVs, cars. And the Camaro certainly will be
Yeah, I was going to say,
performance
the Camaro is the more interesting one. It's been dead since 2024 model year, so
Yeah.
that's nice. That's great.
How do you save Buick in the U.S. though? I mean, their core market is not the
Buick
United
isn't
States.
dead.
It's pretty dead.
The Buick Envision is one of the SUVs.
Every time I see one, I think,
it's-
wow, there's a BYD going by. I mean, it doesn't even look like it's meant for our
Okay,
market.
but all the Buick, what? Doesn't matter.
That
I
little
don't-
Buick SUV, it looks so Chinese.
That's the Invista,
Okay.
which is a car. By the way, if you want a CT4 Cadillac or CT4V, you got to get your orders in this month.
Right, 'cause
order books are closing.
Wow.
So end of an era. But CT5 will be replaced.
That's good. I hope they do a Blackwing version of it. Continue to do that and give it a manual just like the last one.
I am
cool.
excited that they're like making truly 3 new generations or generations for 3 new models that are clearly internal combustion engine, rear-wheel drive platform.
So
That's cool.
It's very exciting that GM is doing this. I'm sure their execution on it will be poor as usual, but I am excited to see
We
them
love
do
the
it.
CT5.
I do. The CT5V Blackwing is might be my favorite mass-produced modern car.
We love the Camaro.
The last one was great. At the end, it was
Yeah.
really good.
Z01 1LE.
Yeah, it's just the only one I've ever driven. That's just true. Just go straight to the top.
Go straight top.
But nonetheless, it is exciting. We'll see what these cars end up looking like. Oh, Freelander. This must be
This
Nick.
is the one I'm excited for. So you may remember the LR2 or even the Freelander from a long time ago in Land Rover's lineup. It was their compact, sort of sporty, 2-door actually, in a lot of variants.
Yeah.
And a sort of a drop top one too. But it's coming back.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Well, it's like kind of like my L405, which we'll get to later. You know, this is a little
drop
questionable
top.
of a roof.
Yeah.
However, the Freelander's coming back. It's a joint venture with Geely. It's going to be made in China, which means it's almost certainly not coming to the U.S. tariffs alone would make that unpalatable. But it's really cool. I like the design language. It reminds me a little bit of a shrunken Defender, like very boxy, very muscular. It's going to be EV, and it's probably going to be sold in Europe and in other places too, but start as a Chinese vehicle.
I should note, it's actually with Chery, not whichever company, not Geely, but that's okay. It's a different Chinese automaker that's quite large and successful too. It was designed in England, but do you have any idea how large this is? The Freelander was small. It was their smallest product. This is over 200 inches long, which is like Sequoia size, I guess. Like that is L405.
But if you're making it for the Chinese market, I mean, they want longer cars generally. So that
it is longer than an L405 Range Rover.
Wow.
It might be longer than a new Range Rover. Just who cares?
Yeah. I mean,
it's a weird product placement.
It is an odd product. I guess it makes sense. I don't know.
They're bringing back cool styling. Like the D pillar is like at an angle, like it was in the original Freelander. 2 doors. It's cool.
And if you're in China, like the Chinese manufacturers are trying hard for credibility. So you're recycling a nameplate that honestly wasn't that great of a nameplate, but it was a nameplate that is got some history and some credibility. It feels Land Rover, but it doesn't say Land Rover anywhere. Technically, the Freelander is its own brand.
That's right.
So I think that's like it's an interesting play for them to get some credibility as an off-roader without actually using any of Land Rover outright.
I would like to note that their press releases tout that 200 designers worked on this in England. Because
every great car was
designers.
200 of them.
Yep. It's a clear marker of success.
Well, if one is good, 2 is better, and 200 is
10 to 100 times good.
Right. I think I heard Gordon Murray say something like that once. It's an interesting vehicle. I am glad to see like boxy SUVs are like around that. It's clear. It's clear that they've
electric, obviously, but that's fine.
Still. All right. Moving on to the next news story.
Not electric.
Yeah. Wow. Also on the ridiculous category, though, Infiniti wants to make an Escalade V competitor, 700 horsepower. Hopefully not in purple with
I think purple.
Those wheels, but we'll see.
With the wheels for sure.
It's funny because Doug reviewed that Nismo, whatever, and it came out really questionable in terms of how it came out. But then the Escalade V looks really cool. So will Infiniti get this right? Is a big question mark. I think what's interesting is that Infiniti is still out there. Like we've all basically
the fact that they exist,
written them off and saying, why don't you just give up at this point? And they're saying, no, we're going to do an Escalade V competitor. They also said we want to do a manual sports sedan.
I know, that is cool.
Which brings me back to like the G37 days. Yeah. So it's like maybe Infiniti's not giving up, but they're going enthusiast.
I think they must. I think they've seen the demand on the QX80 and Armada, which is the Nissan version. Clearly, they've seen demand for sporty ones. They've made clear that there will be multiple performance variants. There's already the Armada Nismo, which is mostly cosmetic, but they've said in that interview that they're going to aim for 700 horsepower for a version of it. There may also be a 600 horsepower version that comes out sooner. Like they've seen the demand for the Escalade V, which is strong, and think, okay, we can capture some of that market.
Yeah, but that's a Cadillac, and it's got an unbelievable V8 engine, and it's like...
you don't like the 5.6 liter, which is what I assume they'll put in this, because that's the only V8 they have?
Right, it's because the only V8 they have, and
which
it's how old? I mean, that was...
Forever.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's been through how many different presidential terms that thing has existed?
What is that engine called?
I don't remember. I can't remember the engine code. But, like, the Cadillac is attractive because it makes ungodly power.
Yeah.
And the Escalade is always amazing. The Escalade is so nice. And this is an
this. Have you been in one? They're nice.
It is, but
the newest generation is truly nice.
Yeah, but how will they sell, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't think this is going to solve their problem necessarily.
No, but
I think
I'm glad they're
cool.
doing it. They clearly can't just go after regular people because they aren't buying their cars.
And Escalade V is selling for 168 grand. So all Infiniti needs to do is undercut them by like 20, 30 grand. And you're going to get some people
80,
that are like, do we really need the Cadillac?
Yep. Power sells, it turns out.
Yeah, I'm skeptical here.
Manual sports sedan will be cool.
Of course it would be cool. People do have to buy it, but it would be cool. That's my fear is that like you can build it, you know, if you build it, they will come. I'm not entirely sure if like people are going to.
You have to assume they just said, we've already developed the car. The cost of coming out with the new trim model is like fairly, it's a lot easier to R&D that than a net new vehicle. So let's just kind of iterate. Although the sports sedan is again a weird move.
That's a weird, because the development costs of that are
but they can use it from the Nissan Z. So you can picture a Nissan Z, which has 400 horsepower-ish, manual transmission.
Just add some doors.
Just put that powertrain, use that in the development of a sedan.
I guess.
Nissan and Infiniti are definitely going for how can they get the most new product variants out affordably, but
Using
in a
what they
way
have.
that gets news. And a 700 horsepower SUV does that. A manual sports sedan does that for enthusiasts, and they're both easy to develop for them, given what they have. Now,
Yeah.
will they be good?
Well, will that
I don't know.
save them? I'm not confident about that.
They just need products.
And Nissan is also way more willing to work with you on your financial terms
That they are.
and
that's
give you
true.
some really great loans that last your lifetime. So.
You know what this is? This is the birth of the new takeover vehicles. We're
Yeah.
seeing them
Yep.
coming
But
to
this is more like the takeover mom that now needs to settle down a little bit, you know, and like she's like, can't afford the Escalade V, but I still want people to know I'm edgy. I think
Right.
Lucid had that mom in their personographic studies. It was like the rugged mom or whatever.
Good callback.
Yeah,
Well done.
I think about that a lot.
Okay.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
All right. Very
All right,
interesting. All right.
keep moving forward.
I got to talk about something I genuinely love. Chubbies. I spent the last 2 weeks on spring break in Arizona and Florida, and I was in swim trunks almost every single day. Most of those days, I wore my Chubbies shorts because I support those who support the pod. But there was one day where I didn't have any clean shorts. I had to go with some off-brand stuff. And let me tell you what, my thighs felt constricted. My wife didn't look at me the same way. It was just a weird experience. Chubbies just know what they're doing when it comes to shorts. The best part is the fabric. It's super stretchy, it dries insanely fast, and it doesn't get that weird clingy feeling that constricts your legs. And the built-in liner, it's actually pretty comfortable. You don't get that weird chafy thighs where you walk around like you were riding a horse afterwards. It's pretty comfortable and you can wear it all day. The fit is perfect, it's the ideal length, and you just feel like you made the right decisions in life. Unlike when you see an L405 convertible show up at your door and you question everything. So for a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off with code DOUG at chubbieshorts.com. That's 20% off your entire order with code DOUG. Give your thighs the VIP treatment they deserve with Chubbies and support the show. Tell them we sent you.
Oh, a boxy SUV.
Yeah, this is the Hyundai Boulder.
That looks really cool.
You know, Hyundai has obviously the Tucson and the Santa Fe, and it's only reasonable that they just move north a little bit.
Nice.
Thank you.
I see.
It's a boxy off-road focused SUV concept that they had at the New York Auto Show. We already know that Hyundai was going to move a little bit that direction, right? They want to go after the American off-road segment, the American truck segment. All inclination is that their first off-road product will actually be a pickup truck, not really a SUV thing. There's clear steps that they've been taking towards the pickup truck to replace the Santa Cruz, which is not really a pickup truck. I mean, it is.
I mean, but it
it's
is
based on a Tucson.
Yeah.
But it's exciting that they're going that direction. And clearly they're going after a specific market, because here's a line from their press release that is truly
I
incredible.
love deep cuts from Filippo on press releases.
This is a design concept built on American values and American life, tailor-made for those looking to blaze new trails
American
with security
values.
and purpose. And they make a big deal that it's designed in America, developed for America, it will be built in America.
Did they put,
and
like-
forged with Hyundai-produced U.S. steel.
Did they put like a screaming eagle sound here?
I have to imagine that the entire grill would be able to be an American flag.
white,
They
and
just
blue.
haven't finished development yet.
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
that's a loophole with tariffs they'll have. If you have like a screaming
It'll be built
chicken
in
on the
America.
hood, you're good.
It'll be built
Yeah.
in America, as a lot of Hyundai products are. It'll be their first body-on-frame platform.
I was going to ask
and
you
that's
this
exciting.
body on frame. I was hoping.
Well, sort
so.
of.
Sort of.
You may recall the Kia Borrego,
Yes.
which I believe was body on frame.
For like 1 year.
It was sold briefly in the US, but it was sold longer outside.
Elsewhere.
So they did have a truck, but this will be their first like true off-roader, large tires.
What are you taking? Put money aside, that or a Bronco. Which one would you rather be driving and seen in?
I think it depends on what it actually looks like ultimately, right? We're a ways away from
Assuming that it's a watered down version of this.
I'm into the Bronco generally.
I am
A Bronco
too.
Sasquatch pack is
Yeah.
cool. I'm into. There's going to be a hybrid Bronco, by the way. We're not talking about that today. That story got killed. But there will be a hybrid
Producer
Bronco.
Sean killed it.
No, I
Filippo
actually
still
killed
managed
in
to
my
work
head.
it in.
Thank you.
Conspiracy.
And I do love hybrids, hence my love for the Wrangler 4xe.
Yeah, I think I'd still rather be seen in a Bronco ultimately.
No,
But
this
if
would
the
be cool.
price point is right and they
Yeah.
do build this, I think it's commendable. This is what the market wants.
And
So-
it will be the first one to come out will be a mid-size pickup truck, which is also the Ranger and the Colorado and the Kennan sell in okay numbers, but there's clearly a demand for that kind of pickup truck, and it's a good direction for Hyundai.
If you cover the front grille, it reminds me of the Rezvani tank.
A little bit. I do see it, especially this rear.
The rear haunch.
thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. By the way, if you want to see, Doug a few months ago did a deep dive on a model that he had, a static Hyundai Sean Crater. He did something with a Hyundai Crater. He did like a full deep dive, and that was also kind of like a tease of this, right? Like a futuristic off-roader. Some influence here from that concept too.
I am pumped that the idea of like concept cars and big swings are coming back.
Yep.
Like for a while we got so iterative and cautious and safe, and everyone was just like, here's my bland EV. And now all of a sudden we're getting body on frame from Hyundai, and we're getting whatever that Buick thing was, and Escalade V competitors. I do worry that these are all like AI hallucinations.
They absolutely are.
Product planners just like, hey, tell me what I should make. And then they're like, okay, now make a rendering. And
Well, yeah, to be
do a
clear,
press
I
release.
don't think this is a picture of a model. Like, it doesn't exist in the real world.
There was one at the New York Auto Show.
There was?
Yeah,
Okay,
there
so
was there.
Okay, so it actually...
But with
Oh,
3D printing, I imagine you can make a one-off a little easier as long as you don't have to look inside and it doesn't have to run. But still, it's exciting. Like we're getting back to like a heyday of not quite coach building, but like at least we're trying again.
Can you just Google the Hyundai Boulder at the New York Auto Show? It looks cooler in person. Maybe it looks like less insane in person is really what I mean.
Sure, you can know where I am for
Don't
today.
let Google know where we are.
Don't worry, they can't find us in the bunker.
Any of these pictures that are better lit. Like it's like a cool looking
Yeah, I agree.
four-door thing. That it looks realistic-ish too.
How does the rear... Is there a rear door?
Yeah, sure.
I guess there is, yeah.
It's like an RX-8.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, that's tight.
Or
Just
a Colden, I guess.
Oh,
Does
the whole
Colden have
fender
that?
moves.
Yeah.
The rear end was designed by Naki-san of RWB fame.
Very
That
wide
name
body.
might be wrong, much like my whole Cherry Geely incident earlier,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean.
Right,
it's
Nick,
cool though.
King of accurate adjacency.
Yes.
But yeah, that does...
That's what you guys are here for. You're supposed to have the facts,
And we do.
and I'm just here.
I think that does look cool. I really hope they build this. I think
Yeah,
this.
same.
I mean, if it looks anything like that, I think it could do well.
It's a big bet for them, but given how off-road focused the new Telluride looks, it's
Yeah.
not actually, but like, given how brawny it looks, this is the right direction.
Yep. Wish other manufacturers would be doing this. I think they're listening, and
Everybody is.
not everybody.
coming
Honda
back.
still doesn't.
The Passport Trail Sport
Honda-
is selling well. Okay?
Right, Honda. Are you listening? This is all just a message straight to Honda. This is the signal,
I'll be
Jerry.
honest,
This is the signal.
They're not.
They're
Yeah, I know
listening,
they
and
won't.
that's why they put a recovery hook on it. All right, rugged, we hear you.
And
Got
then
it.
all of their PR was the Passport Trail Sport hanging from the recovery hook. Truly. All right.
Moving on. Jaguar. So Jaguar, recently we have seen a lot of manufacturers start to question the move going to EV and start to roll out more gasoline models. We've seen this with Porsche and a whole bunch of others. And Jaguar recently said that they have decided, even after their little break to go skiing in Switzerland and take some time off to find themselves, they're going to stick
gap
with
year? I
EVs
know.
only.
I don't think they have a choice.
I don't think they do either. But it was interesting 'cause I read through this entire interview with their director of marketing, or managing director, and he said that they're looking back over the last 5 or 6 years. The Jaguar business model wasn't working, that it wasn't profitable, wasn't growing, and the customer base was aging. So their solution was to just stop making products altogether.
It's a better solution.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they should have they should have phased everything out and done this, but I don't know. But it was interesting to read through. In addition to saying they're definitely going to stick with EV only, it's that there were clear regrets about the marketing campaign they chose to announce all this. They were happy that everybody was talking about Jaguar, but they said, quote, "We lost control of the narrative quickly." It's like, boy, did you.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have, I don't know, just tested it with any audience, and you would know what was going to happen.
Humans, yeah.
And then he was even asked, was the color pink the right color chosen for the concert? He said, we were going to Miami, so we figured pink, why not? That was basically the answer he gave. My fear with Jag, I'm not against them going, building some radical, taking it in a different direction. I think that it's still destined for failure if they're going to do EV only.
Yeah, but you're the person that's most against change that I know.
I know,
That's
but
true.
the market clearly agrees with me here. A lot of manufacturers.
Well, we don't know yet, for the record. I think the issue that they have is they had very aging product lines that they killed.
Sure.
They put all their effort into developing this. They can't go back to ICE, realistically. Internal combustion engine, that is not Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They have no choice but to move forward with this. Are you worried, though? Or do you think that they're worried about this press image where they have their new concept car, which is very upright and tall and constrained next to XJ6.
That's
Some old Jag, which is beautiful and stately. Do you think they should have done that?
No, I think actually the looks comparison is not that crazy, to be honest.
I'm sorry?
It's like they both have very high roofs, both very long.
Well, the new one has a higher roof only because the
but look
sides
at
are
from windshield back. That it looks related. I see what they're
two
going.
cars are often similar looking. Yeah.
I do think it looks better in camouflage. Like that was a good
Honestly,
choice.
that is cooler looking. Yes,
It helps.
I don't know. I'm just so nervous about. I was thinking about Jaguar recently. It's like
You were the only one.
I really want them to succeed. Like I want to see them do it. I was thinking about brands that are undervalued because last week I talked with Ryan and you about I think Aston Martin. I don't understand why some of their cars are undervalued compared to other cars. Like the Vanquish I'm staring at right now, and versus the 575. It's like I think I might prefer to have the Aston. It sounds better. And I think that it does the GT thing better. Both transmissions stink on both cars.
Wow.
So
Kennan, hot take.
Yeah, especially
know.
Mr. Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean I do love the 575, but I'd rather have a 550 than both of them.
And I agree. The Vanquish it's special. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it doesn't. But it's
Classically
worth
beautiful.
less than half of the 575. It just doesn't make sense to me. But my point is, I really want Jaguar to figure this out. It's I think they have real concerns about what the direction they're going in, but they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
What they were doing was not working. There was no iterative version that was going to suddenly start working.
Yeah, I think they could have done different things to be more. I don't think this is going to work very well in their favor.
I
personally.
have my doubts.
Do you want to know my hot take / conspiracy theory here?
Please.
Sure.
They're out of money.
Yeah.
They're intentionally doing this to get attention because they want someone in China to buy their intellectual property.
Well, keep in mind.
So the Chinese want to build EVs and they want credible brands, much like my Freelander example. And so they're just being like, please someone take this over. We don't know what we're doing. We're open to offers, but we're not going to say that publicly. So we're just going to make it so obvious that we're not trying anymore by doing stuff like this.
Can I just know that in 2008, they were purchased by India's Tata Motors.
Yeah, Tata. Yeah.
So that already happened. They already had their
No, they
shot
but they went
at a
China
developing
specifically.
market.
I understand what
much
he's
like
saying.
remember when Ford bought them as part of the Premier Automotive Group or what have
Yeah.
you.
With Aston and Volvo.
It's time to pass that hot potato, and this is just their way of saying please someone buy us, and someone not in the U.S. market. We're not even trying to appeal to them. This is strictly a Chinese EV future for us.
By the way, they also have a partnership with Chery.
You sure it's not Geely?
Yeah, positive.
So I don't know. R.I.P. Jaguar, maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
They, by the way, in their partnership with Chery, sell mostly the old Jaguar products still.
Yeah. But in addition to this
Can we talk about
concept,
the steering wheel.
yes, this photo came out recently of their steering wheel. Now, looking at this in the year 2026 already looks aged.
Can you
and
describe
poor.
it for the people that are listening?
If you were alive in the late 1980s and you remember what everybody was trying to do with screens and car integration then, that's what it looks like now. That and a cross between a Bang & Olufsen product from 2003. That's that's the best way I can
Yeah, I was
describe
going
it.
Bose soundbar or whatever those were, the
Bose
CD
soundbar,
players.
yeah.
Which
Yes.
had all the ridges,
With
the
this
bottom
down
of the steering
here.
wheel does.
Those
were cool, by the way.
They were. They were you were somebody if you had one of those in the
You had
90s.
multiple?
Yep.
Damn.
Yes. It was that, and if your friends had the ice thing in the refrigerator, that was how you could tell we grew up in the Midwest.
Or maybe a telephone, a cordless telephone. I see a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything made in the last 35 years.
No, and the screen integration looks like it's.
Is that what that is?
I think it
Or
is.
were- or
no,
were
maybe
they
it's
just covering up the
Oh, it might
logo?
just be a cover. It's got to
Yeah.
be because it looks like.
It looks like how
Tape.
I cover up a check engine light.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
throw some black tape on
Yep.
it.
I don't know. But
It looks very Ionic-y to me. This steering wheel and shifter, which is the stock, could work in an Ionic 5.
I suppose.
I don't know if it works in a multi-$100,000 Jaguar EV though.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
A
And
little too avant-garde.
yeah, it is pretty out there. But yeah, if you think what they did with the exterior of these cars is radical, imagine what they're going to do with the interior of these things.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not a yoke, to be honest with you.
Same.
And it still very well could be. But this is just quite a wild picture. And then, of course, this guy had to have
That's
some.
how
Yeah, I like that. I noticed that too.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I'd throw a Nardi in it and just call it a day.
You think you can store CDs here?
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Thought.
Maybe, but fascinating. All right, moving on to the next news story. Porsche, because this is a Porsche podcast. Filippo,
It is a Porsche podcast. and I'm
as a Porsche
guy.
owner, yep.
All right. Next week, on the 14th or something like that, Porsche is going to reveal a new, particularly fun 911 variant. So people on the internet have gone wild over this photo. And there's a bunch of theories of what it is.
Right. Now, to be clear for audio listeners, it is a 911 with a cover on it, a Porsche crest on the hood, and the lights are on.
Yes, but you can, people that have looked closely at this, which is not me, I'm reporting what others have reported. They see door handles, and there's only the GT3 RS has door handles that stick out when closed. The rest are flush with the vehicle. So it could be a GT3 RS variant.
How fun.
Some people believe that it looks like there's a break where the top is, so it could be a convertible. So there's some theories that it could be a convertible
GT3
turbo, could be a convertible GT3 RS, could be some other variant.
Convertible turbo, do they not offer a turbo cab?
I meant a turbo with a manual, because particularly fun and driving passion. Could be a GT3 RS convertible. Could be none of those things.
RS has a massive claim.
But it could be
A
manual,
GT3 touring,
RS
convertible, whatever.
touring convertible would be interesting. I don't know.
It's something.
It's something.
But that's particularly fun. There's a lot of people that do think it's likely to be a manual because of particularly fun and like kind of going to driving enjoyment. But we will find out next week.
Sounds particularly fun. Particularly fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
It will premiere on April 14th.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah. So we'll be talking about it.
Be honest with us. How often are you on run list?
Never.
How often are you checking the values of your car?
Never.
You know what? So my washing machine was on the fritz, and Filippo let me borrow his. And sitting in his garage, he was away, was his 911 Targa.
Yeah.
And he was in there, windows and roof open.
Yeah,
with spiders in it.
When I got home and the windows were closed, I was like, right, Kennan was here.
Yeah, I saw this. I'm like,
Why?
Because you still don't understand how to take care of a nice
What
car.
do you mean?
He's just not a Porsche guy. Like
I
he
cleaned the
has
car
this
yesterday,
trouble.
and I cleaned the interior into my garage.
Like,
Why not leave it open?
Clean the interior.
It
I
looks-
wonder
it
what
looks
that
pretty
means.
nice
It didn't
from
look
where I'm
clean to
sitting.
me.
No, I cleaned the
There
exterior
was like
yesterday.
sand in the passenger.
Well, because we
seat.
use our cars. You
Yeah,
want me to
but-
use my car or not use my car?
It's an $80-something thousand car. Like you got to treat it with some
It's a
respect.
90,000 mile 911. I'm going to use it like a 90,000 mile 911.
treat
And
it-
I will then clean it. And I vacuumed it a bunch of times. I've treated the interior leather. I'm treating it nicely.
I was unimpressed,
It's a sign that I was driving the car
which is good.
with the top open, as you should, in the Targa.
yeah, but then you
with the
close it
windows-
when you're done.
Why?
Because you get spiders in it and dust everywhere.
My garage isn't
I
that
mean, I
spidery.
sound like more of a Porsche person, but my point is, Filippo, although he does have a 911, he does talk about Porsches
Porsche
a lot.
guy.
He's actually not very much.
And
a Porsche
whatever
guy.
BS variant this is, no one's going to drive it. They're all going to get it.
No,
they're going
we
to take
will
it to
drive it.
One Cars and Coffee. They're going to tell everyone about it, and then they're going to park it.
I have hope that this will be a more known one that this actually gets driven.
Yeah, I hope.
Like a
I hope
Curti.
people drive.
I- yeah.
I mean, I think the Curti is one of the most compelling things they make.
I do. I
Go
agree.
out and drive them. I mean, people just you don't have to worry about it as much. Like I love those cars.
It will almost certainly be on the high end of their lineup,
Yeah.
obviously.
GT3 cab would be interesting.
Is there a market?
I don't know if there's a market for that.
Who cares, I guess. It's
guess.
cool.
But a manual turbo would be. This is what
A manual
I'm hoping
turbo would
for.
be quite something.
First manual turbo since the 997. That would be something cool.
That would be
Pretty cool.
And that would
It's what
make
they did
big
with the
money.
Yeah, I think it would
big
really.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what they did with the Sport Classic, right? That was basically a manual
Yeah,
turbo.
correct, yes.
And values have stayed quite strong. There's clearly demand.
And Porsche is known for using limited edition models to test the concept of bringing it to the wire.
They are doing what Ferrari's not willing to.
Yep, and they have been
Build
since
what
the
they want.
911R.
Yep.
We've been doing it for a long time, since the 99111R. Anyway, traveling internationally is great until your phone bill shows up. That's why I started using Saily. It's an eSIM app that gives you affordable data in over 150 countries. So you land, turn it on, and you're connected. No SIM swapping, no hunting for Wi-Fi, no surprise charges. I used it on a recent trip with Emily, and it just worked. Data was fast, setup took like 2 minutes, and I didn't have to think about it again, which is exactly what you want when you're traveling. What I like is how flexible it is. You can pick a plan based on where you're going and how much data you need, and it's way cheaper than roaming through your carrier. If you travel at all, this is one of those things that just makes life easier. I use this and you should too. Download the Saily app or head over to Saily.com and use the code CARS to get an exclusive discount on your first plan. Stay connected wherever you go with Saily. Okay, moving on from Porsche. Ford.
Yeah. ICE is not dead, to use your term again there. Ford just set a new record on the Nurburgring for fastest internal combustion engine. Fastest American car, beating out the Corvette ZRX-1.
1615,590.
650.
It's a little
Six-
cheaty
yeah,
because they
615.
use not only a race car driver, which I expect a lot of the manufacturers are, but this is a track-only variant. Yes, the public can buy it. They choose
Really?
who can buy it, but like in theory, you and I.
Isn't even the normal Ford GT.
Yeah, no, it's the Mark IV GT
It's a prototype pre-production vehicle. You
But
could-
well, you could buy the race car
sure.
version of it, like if you wanted to be a gentleman racer like Kennan and I.
Yeah,
So it's kind of a BS thing.
It's kind of a BSC thing, but still
So cool.
6 minutes and 15 seconds, just absolutely ripping it. Again, we're America's back, baby. Like that is so cool. And I feel like the new Ford GT's waning a little bit, like the old Ford GT's getting to be a little bit more sought after in the secondary market. The new Ford GTs may be like a little tired. So doing stuff like this, I think, keeps that Ford GT like really hot, really exciting. I'm here for it.
Obviously, this is different than the Ford GT you can go out and buy, but the fastest production car, according to Wikipedia, is a Mercedes-AMG 1, which had a 629. So 15 seconds off of that, I recognize that it's a prototype vehicle on slicks, etc. But
It's cool.
I don't know. It's cool.
It is impressive.
It's a good marketing gimmick. Their CEO is famous for going racing.
Yeah.
I think it's great to see Ford is still has their enthusiast heart beating very
Shout out
strongly for us all.
To our friend Jim Farley. By the way, the non-road legal cars, fastest was a Porsche 919 Hybrid Evo in 2018 that did a 519.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
hybrids don't
This
count.
is in the third after the Volkswagen IDR.
Okay, well, that's
Moving on, just a fun little factoid there.
Oh, speed cameras.
All right.
Speaking of Europe.
Colorado is rolling out a new type of speed camera. That's an average speed camera.
No.
Other countries, the UK especially, has had this for forever.
France.
But it means that there isn't a speed camera or a police officer. It's taking the average from camera 1 to camera 2 and tracking your speed that way.
Now, I have feelings on this. Two things. One is that it is nice knowing that they're not cops aren't hidden out there. You know exactly where they are. They're not moving, so you know where you can slow down.
Yep.
However, having just driven through France in Europe, having to deal with these damn things, it was so frustrating because all you do is you just stare at the speedometer, like you just make sure it's set perfect, and then if you go downhill a little bit, it's like, oh, did I pick up speed?
Yeah, but I want to be clear. If you're average 10 miles or more above the speed limit, you will get a $75 ticket and no penalty points.
It's just a cash grab. Really, that's what that admits is that it's not for safety. It's just to make revenue. That's all that admits.
10 miles an hour, there is a safety element here, right? Like it's known that if there's speed cameras in a static
but if you really
spot,
wanted to,
Waze and Google Maps tell you where those are. You slow down.
But if they
whatever.
actually believe that, then they would assign points to it to further deter people. But they don't.
In a lot of states and at the federal level, there have been some lawsuits about actual penalties when there is not a police officer present.
Like in Italy, you can't.
Which is true, but it's been a problem with speed cameras generally, where some courts have ruled against them. Having lower penalties changes some of that and makes it more
Sure, but then doesn't act as a deterrent, which doesn't accomplish the goal
It
of
is a
making
little
it
bit of a deterrent, hopefully, because speeding can get out of hand. I haven't seen a lot of people speeding.
Yes.
In
Scottsdale has these all over the place, not quite this technology. I was in my father-in-law's old Tahoe on old tires, saw the red light camera, and if you speed up, it gets you for speeding. So you can't just like power through the yellow. So I stand on the brakes, light up all 4 tires. A pillow of smoke comes over me, and the lady next to me just looks at me like this. But it's like, I've literally gotten a ticket at this light before. I'm not doing it again. So
well, that's definitely
I guess
safer.
that's safer.
Definitely safer. Mission accomplished.
that sounds like a Nick problem, for being honest.
It was actually really fun.
Be careful if you're going more than 10 miles over the speed limit on I-25 north of Denver.
I just hope it doesn't spread like a coniferous disease.
Look, man, I don't like it. I also like making up some time on the long, boring, flat highway stretches that
Of
is
which
all of Colorado.
most of Colorado is. Yeah.
But I also do appreciate the need for some enforcement.
Yeah. Speaking of something, let's talk about something cool. So Lewis Hamilton recently for the Japanese Grand Prix went out one night with Kim Kardashian, who he's dating, in an F40, had cameras strapped to it, and drove it around like crazy. He did like donuts. He was power sliding the car. He was just like having a great time. And I think it further underscores like Lewis might be one of the coolest
He's
people.
so cool.
Not only do I respect Lewis for his unbelievable achievements in Formula One, he is one of the great sportsmen of the world currently living. But then he goes out and does this in an F40. I mean,
Yeah.
you think about it, like a lot of the drivers have to be seen driving the cars the manufacturer. Lewis isn't out just driving the new stuff. He's driving the cool stuff.
Yeah.
And he clearly loves the F40, and like that's one of his passion cars. He's out driving it with Kim Kardashian. I mean, that's a wild statement. He's doing what Formula One drivers should be doing, which is when they're not on track, they're just going out and doing insane stuff. And I think it's cool.
Even the edit was cool. Like they
Yeah.
found a way to make it like vintage and like just
Yeah.
like almost like a street racing vibe to it.
Totally. And like I think that like obviously a lot of it was planned and stuff like that, but I still think it's really cool. Like
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, Lewis Hamilton and Kim Kardashian in an F40. Come on.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's not really much of a news story. I
No,
just
but
think
it is
like
a
if you
cool
haven't
video.
watched the video, like go out and find it like on Instagram where it was
Also
was really
F40.
awesome. Yeah, and F40. Yeah.
Kardashians also come up a lot on this podcast and like always in
Really?
a positive sentiment. It's very strange, but like they know cars. It's like so weird.
I would like to know. I would imagine someone advises them on the car decisions they should make. I'd love to know who
I
that
don't know.
is. 'cause, like,
Caitlin and Lord Disick have been into cars forever. Like there's been gearheads in that family before they were famous.
yeah, they've got taste.
But yeah.
Got a lot of taste. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the news.
It's time to talk about cars.
Time to talk about cars.
We got good stuff today.
All right,
Yeah.
Nick.
Start us off.
You want me to start? It's hard to even say who should start here.
Oh, no, it's you. It's definitely you.
It's always Nick.
Tell us,
Should I start with an apology? I feel like
to who?
to my wife.
Yeah, probably.
So I had a friend DM me saying, Nick, there is a convertible L405 Range Rover at a Mannheim auction in Pennsylvania. This has you written all over it. And then I DM my other buddy, Troy, who's like sort of the kingpin of this Rover roulette group I'm in. And he helps people, he has a dealer's license, buy these cars. And I said, Troy, do not tell a single soul about this. I want to pursue this. Will you help me? And he said, this is the worst idea I've ever heard. I'm in. And so sure enough, we get online and we bid on it at the Mannheim dealer auction
Yeah.
and win it. It went for, like, it only got 30,000 miles. Like, it went for maybe a small premium over what I think the L405 is worth with that
Sure,
mileage.
20, 30, 40 grand premium. Yeah.
No,
No, 20.
barely went for 40. But I now own a convertible Range Rover. It's done by Newport Convertible Engineering, who is sort of the known go-to one. I now have my second or third converted car. The other two were transmission converted. This one's convertible converted.
interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
And
Interesting.
it is by far the most unhinged Range Rover I've ever seen.
I picked it up for you because you were out of town. So I took delivery of it for you. It's so cool.
I've been so nervous because it was sold by just like a Chevy dealer.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like 2
It was-
hours outside of Philly.
It was
Like, I
also
just-
billed as one of two, built for the Queen.
Yeah.
Which there was one built for the Queen. It ain't that one.
It ain't that one. It's pretty different. And also, Newport Convertible Engineering has at least 4 L405s on their website that they've done. So, like, those claims were just total used car dealer BS. But I've never seen another one in person.
No, and it's cool. We all want We live in Southern California. You want a convertible in
Yeah.
life. I have a Targa. I had a convertible 500. You have your convertible SLR.
And I want
You got
to
your
take my
SL65.
family places.
And the
Like, I want a beach
65.
cruiser.
Look at how the seatbelts are mounted in the rear, and maybe come to your own
It's
conclusion on
got
that. but
got some weird stuff to it, but I'm like taking this to Car Week this year, and we're all going around.
so cool.
I
Just
can't
like
wait.
waving and car spotting and having so much fun.
The-
I'm taking it off roading. Like it's so cool.
The design works as a convertible because it has a hip line that kind of
Yeah.
it truly works.
It
except
works
with the
great as
top
long
up.
as the top is
Yeah,
down.
the top is down. It
You
looks
put that
great.
top up, it's on level with Doug's G-Wagon in terms of words.
It's worse, which is hard.
The top up because the top really goes up like right behind the rear seats. Not
Right, so there's like a shelf.
there's a shelf.
So
It looks
but
like a hearse.
I assume you have a video out about this.
yeah, the video is dropped by the time this podcast comes out of us bidding on it, winning it, your initial reactions.
Boy, were they
as well as the other. So I tried to buy a P38 convertible back in the day. It went for like 130 grand. I tried to buy an RC convertible, went for like 150. So
This is a deal.
it's a deal. Yes. I could not, but I still have the E55 in Atlanta, which I'm going to pick up next week. I'm going to go to DC Motorworks 4th anniversary party at their shop, do a final drive-in inspection, and then ship it back, do some other stuff while I'm out there in Atlanta. But I basically at one point last week had 2 cars that I'd bought and never seen or driven. I still haven't driven it.
By one point last week, you mean till literally an hour ago, you had 2 cars that you
that I hadn't seen. Yeah. So
So do you want to
wife.
look down the barrel of that camera and apologize to your wife? 'Cause,
I've apologized so many times. She is a saint for putting up with me.
she is.
I've told her she listens to the podcast when you're on.
She listens to
now,
the
Now's your
podcast.
shot to really.
She does. It brings us together. But she's my biggest fan. I love her to death. I do have to figure out what car I'm selling eventually.
Sell multiple.
She's encouraging me to hang on to all of them and just like get some
What?
seat time. I know. I'm surprised.
Have you considered selling, now that you have a 5-seat Range Rover, you don't need your Cayenne anymore.
I don't think I need 2 Range Rovers.
I don't think you need a Cayenne.
The
it is
Cayenne's-
one car that's going to work.
Is that your newest car now?
Yeah,
The
it's
L405?
newest car. Yeah, and
Lowest mileage,
38,000
except for the
miles.
SLR. Yeah. I think you have your solution.
we'll see.
There's his wife has not yet seen this car. So no way she wants to be seeing this.
Why
hideous
not?
car.
So cool.
Oh, imagine the roof not working.
Oh, and
Like
it won't.
getting stuck halfway.
It is a power roof, by the way.
You know, it
We
looks
weren't
great.
sure going into it, but it is power.
Which, on its own.
Also, it's really quick. It goes up and down quickly.
I saw, from your video,
Yeah.
it looked pretty good. So I don't know what I'm doing long term. I couldn't say no to it.
Boy, isn't that true for you.
I do think someone eventually, like, it belongs on Coronado, Nantucket, somewhere, like Galveston. I don't know.
Some coastal island and or not
Somewhere where you
coastal
have
island.
a vacation home and you want to take your kids out to like the local.
Or it belongs in your driveway.
It will belong there for a while, but eventually we'll probably.
Yeah.
Cruising
part ways with
PCH and Encinitas. That's
Will
like,
it fit your garage?
I don't know. In theory,
I don't know. God, you have to love.
you think I've
Nick. You got to
done
respect that.
any due diligence on
Filippo
this?
and his wife carefully measured and like
did
moved stuff
measure.
around their garage to make sure the 911 wouldn't have anything around it that would be sick.
The reason-
I
You know,
should know
Nick's like,
that
I don't
is
know.
mostly my wonderful wife, not me.
The reason it's called Rover Roulette is you do it and then you ask that it's like it could go bad, it could go great. You never know.
No,
Like, you
didn't
send
need
it.
to explain. We understood.
Do you think
Oh,
that it's 1 out of 6 times it goes poorly? Like, because if so, you got some more Range Rovers to buy.
I mean, with the P38, it's like 8 out of 9 times it goes poorly.
Sure, yeah.
With an L405, I think it's more like 50-50. Sam did all the due diligence on an L445
Shout out,
and was
Sam.
like, don't buy these, they're unreliable.
yeah.
I buy it, and then I'm like, Sam, can you tell me more about the L405, please?
Oh my God, Nick!
But-
it's such a problem.
He agreed at 38,000 miles. It's probably not
You're probably
not imminent.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
Well-
you. Yeah, question mark was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know where to go from there.
Can you hit us with some rational?
I sure cannot.
If you've been injured in an accident where Filippo was driving in his 997.2 C4S, blowing through stoplight cameras and speeding like a maniac that he is, then you should call Omega Law Group. They're a law firm serving clients across California and Texas, focused on personal injury and employment law. So, if you've been in a car accident like Filippo in his reckless driving, a truck accident like Filippo in his F-250, a motorcycle accident like Kennan in that Indian thing he mentioned earlier, or any other serious situation, they will help you pursue compensation for medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and much, much more. And if you've had an interaction with Filippo, that pain and suffering will really come in handy. They represent employees dealing with workplace issues like wrongful termination, discrimination, harassment, retaliation, and wage disputes, making sure you understand your rights and get fair treatment. What stands out most is their client-focused approach. They guide you through the legal process and fight to get you the best possible outcome. And if you're unsure where to start, they offer free consultations. For personal injury cases, you don't pay anything unless you win. If you've been injured or believe your rights have been violated at work, contact Omega Law today. They're serving clients throughout California and Texas. And thanks to Omega Law for sponsoring today's episode.
Over the weekend, I was in Arizona for my nephew's 1-year birthday and for Easter. And while there, so my late father-in-law and my mother-in-law had bought a Foxbody Mustang convertible, a 1991 5.0 convertible.
Caggity,
like
caggity.
2-3 years ago now. Craig, my late father-in-law, was a mechanic, especially a Ford mechanic. So he did a bunch of upgrades. He wanted to really make it quite a high-performance Foxbody, which means it performs about as well as
Yeah.
I went from 200 horsepower to 223.
But also they were going to do a lot of cosmetic work. It had gone to a painter who then started doing meth. It was a whole problem. They had to rescue it in the middle of the night from his backyard. None of this is a joke. They truly went in the middle of the night with a trailer and took it back. But now it's getting actually painted and finished professionally by a real shop. So we had to move it from the driveway where it had sat about 50 miles to the shop.
So wait, hold on a minute. So what's the plan with this thing?
Finish the
project.
To finish the project, we'd like to. It runs great now. My brother-in-law and I replaced the starter while we were there, which was a surprise on a Friday afternoon when we had other things to do.
Did you got the cold ones?
No, sadly. I know it was really a mistake. And then it's going to get painted like a purple color, which will be cool. A body kit needs to be put on it for it's a whole thing. But
Wow.
I spent a lot of my weekend fixing a Foxbody Mustang, loading it kind of sketchily onto a trailer, driving it up across town. But now it is in progress. It is getting worked on. It's going to get put back together, and it's going to be very exciting. So we'll have a running Foxbody Mustang in my life.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You have a
dude, I don't know.
convertible wide body, purple modded Foxbody.
I didn't say wide body. The body kit, but like bumpers, not. It's not
Oh,
wide
I was
body.
picturing like.
No. I'm not Stradman.
Make it like a
Right.
Celine rep.
It'd be cool,
Ooh,
but no.
that would be cool. Purple.
But I am
Hope it
excited because
doesn't white interior.
it does.
Yes.
When you sent that picture to our Cars and Buds
Refeed
text group,
Yeah.
I thought that is a parts car.
It
Yep.
was
Like it
We'll
does not.
overlay the
You can
picture.
get a far nicer Foxbody Mustang anywhere. Like it just
Yeah.
literally anyone.
Well,
Yeah.
and Filippo's just sending these pictures, and his brother-in-law
Shout out
is just
to Jacob.
underneath the car.
Yeah.
I'm
Look,
like,
I
what
was,
are you contributing?
I want to be clear. It was mostly Jacob's doing.
Yeah.
But I started. I did legitimately help a fair amount, but mostly I sat there and replied to Slacks.
That's
It was
That's a
Friday on a work day.
perfect
What are you gonna do?
holiday weekend for Filippo.
Yeah, but I'm excited that whenever I go back to my mother-in-law's house after she spent a lot of money getting this back together, money that could certainly buy multiple Foxbody Mustangs.
This is gonna be on the site at some point.
No, she's keeping it forever. This is a sentimental task.
With all due respect,
It's gonna be at her house. Every time I go back to Northern Arizona, I'm gonna be driving around in a Foxbody,
Living the dream.
in a quite heavily modified Foxbody.
with all due respect to your father-in-law,
Yeah.
when I die, I hope that my family doesn't feel compelled to finish all my project cars to honor me because they're gonna have their hands
There
full.
were some trade-offs of which projects were getting finished.
Yeah, how many more were there?
I want to be clear because it
What else-
matters.
what else
to
we got in the back
anybody that's
warehouse
listening,
here?
including my wife, if she's listening. He was quite good at finishing projects. He then just his health declined really
Yeah,
quickly, and it
understandable.
became hard to finish some of them. There is a 67 Mustang that doesn't have an interior or engine. There's a
I might recommend that over a Foxbody. Just
The Foxbody was
From a
was-
collectability standpoint?
I'm not a sentimental person, but other people in my life are, and you can't fight sentimentality. There is a Checker Aerobus that was my mother-in-law's grandfather or father's car. Where she was growing up, they rode in a Checker Aerobus, which is like a
Okay.
6-door,
Yeah.
3 or 4 row Checker. There's an RV. There's some other stuff, but we're clearing out the Ford F-250 that my wife and I inherited is in front of our house right now. It got delivered. We got to do some things, but it's there. It's running great.
gotta be
Shout out to
honest,
Dave at Iconic Automotive.
It looks pretty cool.
It looks so cool.
It's pretty legit, I have to say.
I need to see a burnout in it soon before
Sure.
you
I don't
know
replace
if
the
it-
tires.
Let's do
I'll
it.
be too clear. I don't know it has the power to do that.
Sure
Maybe
it does.
one rotation.
It's like a 6.4 liter V8 with actual power.
What, like 100?
No, 300 something. It's pre US emissions
Oh, right,
issue.
because it's a 70.
It's 73.
73, okay.
Remember that the Multipla Adventure Tour? You're
not
this is related, but so we wanted to do burnouts when we did the
Yeah.
quarter-mile strip. Producer Sean got a bunch of baby oil for that, and then he gave it to me in a plastic bag. And the track didn't let us put down the baby oil to try to make the
For
burnouts.
so many good
So then we
reasons.
go to the hotel, and I check in with like 7 or 8 big things of baby oil. And this is like right after the whole incident with P. Diddy. And I forgot, and I left them behind. So some poor house cleaner just saw this empty room that a guy was in for one night and left 7, 8 bottles of baby oil. And I wanted to be like, it's for drag racing. It's not for what you think it is. But,
They assumed that was some sort of euphemism. But, yeah.
so if we want to do a burnout, we need to go find some
I
baby
actually
oil.
think that given that the tires are 20 years old,
Yeah, it probably.
we're good.
If my father-in-law's Tahoe can peel all 4, we're good.
I haven't actually driven the truck yet. It is my wife's truck, not mine. She drove it back when we picked it up from the transporter.
I have a great
She's
picture
very
of you
excited
guys
about
together.
It. Yeah, we saw Kennan.
Yeah.
But this weekend was all about American cars.
You know what? And I'm
an
going
American
to
car
add
guy
to
now.
it. It's not an American
That's
car.
right. But
I have an observation. So I recently went back to Ohio to visit my grandfather. My grandfather's not well. He's
sorry,
nearing
Ken.
the end of his life, but he has had in his life, it was his father's before his, and he's had it since he was, I think, about 14 or 15. And he's now 97. He's had a 1931 Indian 101B Scout, which is regarded by most pre-war motorcycle people, and most motorcycle people in general, as one of the greatest bikes ever made. And my cousin, Matt, finished a full mechanical restoration of the bike. So, and I mean, it's not easy. Working on
Yeah.
pre-war stuff is very difficult.
No.
He's had to learn a lot. I'm really proud of the work that he's done with it. My grandfather has always said, he's always said, hey, anybody can ride that thing. And so one day we all were able to get together to spend some time with him, which was great. And we all got to ride the bike, including myself. Now, I've never ridden a motorcycle of any kind
Have you never ridden
before.
a motorcycle, period?
No, never ridden one before. But I got to ride
Yeah.
the Indian, which was so cool and so interesting. So like, I love pre-war cars, and the bike, I was like so in love with this motorcycle. It was easy to, once you get it moving, which does take, so when you start the thing, you have to go full throttle on the left handlebar and full, you can adjust the timing. So you have to do that all the way down as well. The kick, when you go to kick it, you have to push down on it until you find compression, then come up and then kick it to start it.
Wow.
And then turn the handlebar, turn the handles back really quickly so it doesn't, you know, because you're at full, I mean, it's very loud. But I was just like, I was in heaven with it. There's my cousin running along telling me that it's like, he was warning me, it's like, you know, when you put it in neutral, because it goes first, neutral, second, third, just what I did right there.
Cool.
He was like, just make sure you don't go all the way into second gear or whatever, you know. But I also slowed down a little bit so that like the brakes are not great. They're cable driven.
Yeah.
So it's they doesn't stop like a modern motorcycle at all. But I got to ride it. My
So
family
cool.
got to ride it. My grandfather was like the happiest. So it was a really wholesome moment that was all together. But it made me realize also there's not a lot of crossover between car people and motorcycle people. They are generally, you're interested in one or the other, seldom both, which I think is very interesting. But this bike, I just fell in love with the experience. And it's like, I don't know that I can own one. I don't know if I feel comfortable with how this is what I would want. And they're not exactly fast nor reliable. It's a total loss oiling system. So it just comes out on the ground.
Wow.
It's not exactly environmentally friendly.
That's awesome.
But the experience of using something that old, like, I've really fallen in love with older cars recently, and older objects in general just make you use your brain in a completely different way. And like being a car guy, still had a foot operated clutch that I had to work and like all this stuff. And then you're balancing it as well. Like, I totally get the appeal, and I love it. And I'm happy we all have it in our life, and my cousin will keep it. We'll keep it in the family forever. But it was just a cool experience I wanted to share with people.
Cool.
I understand why people love motorcycles. I think if you can get out and ride one, it's like I can see the appeal. The freedom is just amazing. So
Motorcycles are incredibly fun. I'm not like a performance bike person, but going for rides sometimes is fun.
To me was
and
appealing.
that's special. And it's such an incredible way to get into like mechanical engine driven things, right? Like they're a lot in general cheaper than cars, easier to work on than cars, easier to maintain than cars. Like if you're into that, it's such a good entry point.
And you know, it's an approachable entry point into mechanical things, mechanical like modes of transportation.
You gonna get a motorcycle? You gonna get a bike?
I know, I love that thing. My cousin sent me one that's for sale right now, another 31, and I was like, it's kind of a feeling.
Cool.
But yeah, they're cool. And you just feel like so cool. Like it was a very masculine feeling thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really loved it, and it's just like it's a fun story. I'm glad my grandfather got to witness it do that.
I could picture you on a Harley.
I think I'm an Indian guy.
Like more modern, but sure, an Indian for sure.
Yeah,
I can
think
see that.
that's more the brand I love just because of that and my family tie to it.
Yeah.
I just think it's a cool piece of Americana.
Modern Indians are great too.
Yeah, Husqvarna based, but you know, they are pretty cool. So I don't know. But yeah, that was so not a car piece of news at all, but nonetheless.
Deep Kennan that the first motorcycle you ride is an incredibly special and rare one. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you just start with
the only R8 I've driven is a GT.
I'd only driven V10s, and that was true.
I drove a Mercy once. It was an SV, one of four, but you know.
That's true. I've driven the SV and the LP650 in your car.
Yeah, the 650. That's a deep
not
cut.
the 640, the 650, for those who know. All right,
well,
enough of our news.
It's time to talk about the market report. And the market report this week is brought to you to you all by Velocity Invitational.
Oh, an actual
Sponsor this time. We partnered with the Velocity Invitational folks to run some really great auctions while we're there. So if you come to the Velocity Invitational event, you will see literally me, a bunch of people from our team, and a bunch of really cool cars that will be auctioned that day, and will be there that day. But Velocity Invitational in general is one of North America's premier car culture events. Hundreds of the world's greatest cars on the track and in the paddock. Some really cool people coming. So come check it out. If you want to come, you can get a 10% discount by using the code VIZ when you buy your ticket.
You're going to be there?
I will be there.
Literally you?
Literally me.
Literally. Wow.
Literally.
Wow.
I'm,
Yeah.
that's worth the 10% off.
Before
right
we
there.
dive into some market report, I want to mention a couple of other places where we at Cars and Bits will be. There's a cruise-in at the Peterson Automotive Museum on the 12th. That's this Sunday from 9 to noon. Jeff Dunham will be there. Fun fact. Admission is free, but you need a ticket if you want to show your car. And then at the Long Beach Grand Prix the following weekend, we're partnering with Avant for the Avant pit stop from 6 to 9 p.m. right after the Long Beach Grand
Will you
Prix.
be there?
I will also be there.
Literally?
Literally.
All right.
Yeah.
Now that one he's metaphorically going to be there.
So check out our socials and our Cars and Bits community for a chance to apply for entrance to that event. Come hang out.
And I'll be at the Rancho Santa Fe Cars and Coffee on Saturday.
We don't talk about the Cars and Coffee.
Not as an official.
No, we just don't
Just
talk
for
about
fun.
it. It's a secret.
Oh, yeah, it is. It used to be called the Secret car
That
club.
was in that inner period where they had
Yeah,
to
it's a long time ago.
hide because of the city. So
It is
anyway,
the best
that's-
car club.
All
It is.
right, but let's talk about actual car market. Can we start with the Cayenne GTS?
Oh yes. So we sold. It'll come up pretty quickly. So we sold this 09 Cayenne GTS. But for those of you who are unfamiliar, this generation Cayenne GTS was available with a manual, and this is the one. 34,000 miles, 6-speed
It's the
manual,
one.
finished in GTS red, which is the color. You were saying there's some ownership thing behind
so
this. That's
I want to give a
interesting?
shout out to Dave at Motorcars of the Main Line. He was the seller here, but the owner of the vehicle reached out to us, was an older lady whose husband had passed, who had this car as his baby.
Great taste.
And we connected them, and David did a phenomenal job of presenting the car, getting it sold for what is, at least based on our research, a modern record for
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
chance, Doug and I went back and forth about this a lot. He was being very pedantic. Doug. There's a
feel
chance
like
that when new, a Cayenne GTS could be optioned to more than that 97,500, but otherwise, to our knowledge, this is a record price.
So
for a
not
Cayenne
since
GTS.
the recession has one trade when it was
Yeah.
new. So to be clear, it sold for $97,500, which is a lot of money. I actually, what was the next most expensive one?
First gen. I don't. It's nowhere close.
Nowhere close to that. I mean, it was. I think. Yeah. I mean, we've sold a couple of red ones. The next nearest one was 32,000. Now
Yeah.
the mileage difference is the big thing
38,
there.
2.5.
Yeah. So
it's the second
38.25.
highest.
So like.
The mileage was the thing. Like, if you want a manual Cayenne GTS, which first gen was the first gen Cayenne was only GTS to be available with the manual. The only V8 Cayenne with the manual.
Yeah.
This is the one you want. It's the nicest one in the world. Sure.
Right.
Manual Cayennes in general. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
sold a bunch of those jet green ones.
Yep.
That is the next model, not
We
to
have
be
one
called the
live right
95A, to be called the 92A for all the commenters that get upset about things like
Doug.
that. You're Porsche people. But nonetheless, that is pretty wild.
It's
Strong result, but I mean,
Worth it.
it is yet another case of find another one. This one was incredibly well represented by a great seller. It was just the mileage, the transmission, and they just don't come up, and
they
people
don't come up,
recognize them.
and the nice one never comes. They sell to enthusiasts by enthusiasts at this point, but this is a really low mile.
You got to wonder
really rare
if
one.
there will become a market for manual swaps. Right, the Delta. So
I
you could
can't
buy
imagine.
a low mile Cayenne GTS for like 30.
You know what?
Here's the
I
swap
don't,
it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so,
I'll
but,
tell you
like,
why.
in theory,
they're
there
not
should
that
be.
great to drive anyway. It's like it's the rarity from the fact it was built from the factory this way. It's like it's not. It's cool. It's a novelty. It
Yeah.
does not. I don't think it improves the experience even remotely.
I think it does, because the manual
I don't
always
think it does,
improves
but
the
I
experience.
think that it like. But I get why. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't think that like this isn't like the Mercy where
Yeah.
it dramatically
But
makes.
I
it
mean, like,
better.
so there's this generation Nordic Gold one that I see around all the time in Del Mar, chick driven.
Oh.
And you got to wonder, like, sorry, I mean, rugged mother. And you got to wonder, could she stick swap that and sell it for 100K? I mean, probably.
I mean, it's interesting, right? So E46 M3s is what comes to mind, because those were available as a stick, common as a stick, but people do stick swap them.
Yeah,
and
but
you
there's-
get back the price of the swap. Basically.
There's controversy in the E46 community about that. Some
in
people,
every, dude,
I don't know.
it doesn't matter what car it is. The conversion people are crazy.
I do
and I
think
say
you
that
could
with
do it.
love, but like they're all they all hate each other and talk crap on each other, and like it's a whole thing.
If
Nordic
Nick is
Gold.
calling them crazy.
That's right.
Nordic
Buckle up.
Gold would sell well.
A Nordic
It would.
Gold manual. Yeah,
maybe you go up to them, offer to convert it for them. Good luck finding the manual transmission. they use.
I'll leave a note and let you know how it goes. But
Yeah.
I can't. I'm no more cars.
Dear rugged mother.
I can't.
Yeah.
I have no more left.
Okay.
No more cars.
All right, Filippo, what other cars
All
would you
right.
like to
Can we
discuss?
talk about? All right. Last week, I'm going to go back to my normal BS here. Last week on Cars and Friends, on the Cars and Bits channel, we talked about cars that we felt like we're going to appreciate.
Yep.
We're appreciating. That came out this week on Monday. There were two that I pointed out as I think they're going up. One was the GT350. Can you pull it up real quick?
Yep.
We sold that very GT350 for $64,500, which this was a low mile, good color, good spec one.
What
but
was sticker on?
64.5 is a strong result and notably up from some other results. It sold for above sticker.
Now, granted, it was adjusted for inflation, but even so, like that's crazy.
These have retained their value, and they truly are ticking back up. The nice ones like this we've sold, if you look back at our results, in the 50s, pretty
Yeah.
consistently, and now somehow they're back above 60, which is impressive.
That
They
is
are
impressive.
indeed, I think, going up, and the same is true for the 997. We sold a 997.1 earlier this week or last week. For maybe it wasn't a .1.
It wasn't. It was a.
It was a .2. There you go. For a 997.1 Carrera S with a manual, 20,000 miles for 74, which feels like strong money. I took a look back at our results from 2023, 2024, and even to 2025, and this eclipses most similar comps. These are also truly ticking up. I say this both to validate what I said, to drive people to that video, because it's a good video. A little cross marketing there.
Nice,
You see what I'm
nice,
doing?
Filippo.
And
Very
because
subtle.
I think that both of these are truly interesting market results, right? They are proving out that GT350s and 997s are up, and you should be minding that if it's a car you want to buy.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what else is going up? SLRs, L405 cabs, E55 stick swaps,
39 M5.
2014 Ford Focus SE with a titanium package. Just totally.
You're gonna have a
spitballing here.
You're gonna have a Hoovy level sell off.
How confident are you that it's SC with the titanium pack?
No, I'm not. It's a black pack.
Because the titanium was the trim
no,
above
I,
the SC.
I misspoke. You're correct.
Okay.
Fellow 2014 Ford Focus
That's right.
enthusiast, Filippo over here.
I own one.
May,
All right,
I,
Kennan.
may I bring up one more
absolutely may.
Porsche to drive it home that we are a Porsche podcast? So we recently had, so in that same video Philippe was alluding to, I also talked about, this is one of the cars I think being undervalued, in 1988 944 Turbo S. They built like 1,000 of these cars,
Yeah.
only about 500 in the United States. They're very rare and they only built it for a single year. What's interesting about this one is we've had it on the site once before, not that long ago. So it was here in 2025, it sold for $23,250. Exact same car with much better pictures and better representation, sold for $31,250.
Yep.
It brings home my point. It's going to go on my gravestone yet again. Take great pictures. Like, representation of the car matters so much at an auction because you can't see the car in person. And this one was not perfect. And the guy disclosed actually more than the previous owner about what the things that he found with it. He was more pedantic about like little flaws that it had. But because of his transparency and great representation, the car sold for quite a bit more. And so like, all of those things just go into making a great auction.
No reserve, too.
And no reserve.
Go ahead and drive home the point. Pull up your SL65. Just want to talk about great photos.
have we talked
record
about
SL.
that?
We have, but
We have, but I mean, yeah, my SL65,
60K.
it arrived with the owner in Dallas, so it is out of my life. It's gone. It's out in Dallas now. I hope to see the car again. It feels right as a Dallas car.
It does.
Doesn't it? Like the color combo, it's a little flashy. It's like, it kind of fits right in.
Oh,
But I mean,
absolutely.
again, yeah, it's like I did everything I could to like represent this car nicely, and ultimately it sold for very good.
That picture of you caressing the license plate
Yeah, it's
there.
nice.
It's one of my favorite photos of you.
It's up there.
Well, it was dirty.
Yeah.
The car was dirty. I want to make sure. That spot. It had some carbon there, so I want to make
Wearing a hat, a Mercedes hat.
Yeah, I wore
You
it
still
in-
got that?
Oh yeah, I did keep the hat and a couple of other like things my family got me related to Mercedes.
Wow.
Do you guys think, as auction experts here,
Yeah.
including your tchotchkes with the car, does that help?
It depends on how cool the tchotchkes are.
If they
Like
came
a
with
hat.
if they came, no, absolutely not. I don't want lice. Where you been? But if they are things like that came with the car from the factory as peripherals, like if the Carrera well, it's not there, but the Carrera GT, for instance, like they have little engines that came with them, like little models they had.
What about Doug's chrome reflective heat jacket?
I don't
thing?
think
Yes.
that I mean, maybe. I don't think anybody wants that.
I do think that other things that prove that you're an enthusiast do help. So like the people that have like a Prowler and a trailer and then give you the Prowler Hot Wheels with the trailer, like that's just.
I don't think it makes a big difference,
No,
but,
but like it's like a nice little.
I think
So it's a way to signal that you're an enthusiast,
Yeah,
less
kinda.
so than it actually improves the value.
bit of tangent. I know we have to get to questions, but I was in Beverly Hills recently, or just LA in general. But I was in Beverly Hills specifically, and I was on Rodeo Drive, and I went to the Porsche design, and I walked in and I asked them if they had any Carrera GT related stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Let me check." They went back and checked and said, "We don't have any of that, but we do have some Carrera related stuff." And I'm like,
Oh yeah,
"You don't understand." All right, never mind. See you later.
Can I give one more market update?
Absolutely, you can.
All right,
Filippo.
I sold my BBS LM wheels.
Oh,
They've arrived to the new owners. Turns out BBS LMs are worth money.
Yeah, oh
And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It
no,
really just proved that I don't understand the modification industry at all. But they're sold. The guy who bought them is phenomenal. He actually reached out to me when I first bought the car and talked about it, and then reached out again when I put them up
That's great.
for sale.
You're going to use the proceeds to refinish your OE wheels?
I'm going to use the proceeds to offset my cost of purchase for the car. Yep.
You're never gonna own this car, right?
He's thrilled with them. I'm thrilled that he has them. He's putting them on his 997 as well. It's exciting, but I don't understand that market in the least.
LMs are legit, dude. You don't.
Yeah.
They-
They
you
look
don't
great on the
understand.
car. I love the OEs because I'm an OE.
Between
guy.
you
look-
telling everyone to slow down and obey
know.
traffic laws.
I know. I'm not.
Take off your wheels.
Yeah. Take off your wheels.
Take off your wheels.
Well, you
That's his
can't
campaign
speed without wheels.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad that you're able to get rid of those and they went to a good home.
They went to a great home, and I'm incredibly excited.
Cool.
For
All right. Well, I think that's the market report.
That is a market report.
It's time to take some questions, though.
All right.
We have some
Questions.
Questions. Questions are brought to you today by Nick's Convertible Range Rover. Problematic choices for a problematic man.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's fair. If you have a question, you can ask it in the community post. How
are the questions this week?
Sean, our producer, reviewed them, so this selection is courtesy of him. Normally, Doug goes through every single question and chooses.
I didn't see them in
I
the pod
trusted
doc.
Sean
Yeah.
to do it today
I didn't see them in advance
because he
when I
added them
looked. Yeah.
minutes ago.
All right, so
trust
we're
us.
gonna do it live.
All right. Okay. If Nick, and
Who's
Ben-
this from?
This is from Super M3 GTR 1721.
Okay.
Thank you for asking. If you had Middle East Prince level money, which brand today that exists now would you first approach to make a one-off car? I added some things to this
I
question.
mean, wouldn't
but-
you just go straight to the top? And it's like, I mean, I would go to Ferrari and ask them
GMA?
about ones. No, let's be honest. Most of the stuff they build is one-off, kind of.
You would go
I
to
don't know. I'd go to
Ferrari? What would
Ferrari.
you even build?
Something with a manual, V12 and a manual. A
you know what
Daytona
they would say?
SP3 with a 6-speed.
You know what they would say?
How much?
No.
I'd say how much.
No.
I think if think you gave them enough money, I think
No.
I think they would.
Only if
I
you
don't know how much,
agreed to never have it be seen in public and never drive it. And
Well, they don't have to find out.
Nick, what's your
I think a one-off Ferrari though. That's
Yeah.
pretty real. That's pretty serious.
You get the Eric Clapton car.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think I would have to go Lamborghini since he already took Ferrari. I still want a Reventon, so I would say like make me a new one, or make me a stick Aventador, something like that.
Stick Aventador, interesting.
It should be
Is anybody-
doable.
But wouldn't you're
No,
just,
not yet.
Because it wouldn't be like they would have to find a manual that.
Yeah, it still seems to me
Fit
like
the
it's
car.
very doable, but no one's done it yet.
or honestly, what that one guy did with the, I know it was just a spec, but on his Chiron that paid homage to the original Veyron.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
That was really cool.
That was pretty
The
cool.
true Bugatti would be crazy to overlook.
Yeah.
An EB110 SS revival
Oh yeah, that
with
would
like
be cool.
some level of reliability. Same with the XJ220, but again, like with some level of
Would you have them
modern
actually
refinement.
Put a V12 in it. Like
Yeah,
they showed
put the
that?
V12
You know
in
what?
it.
Jaguar's desperate enough for money.
They might.
If you brought them some
Would
components,
sell
they
more
might
than
put them together
the
for you.
Project 00, whatever they're naming
Which
it.
might be called the GT apparently.
Now, I'm most curious what you're going
Save.
to say about this.
Prepare yourself for something contrarian right here,
this
folks.
is not
I
something
would
to say.
go to Volvo and ask them to
Interesting.
I would just bring Saab back to
bring
the
back the
business.
850 flag.
The answer that I was gonna give, which I'll give anyways. You know how Porsche has been doing their like wish we saw that Cayenne that was re-engineered by Porsche. I would go to Fiat and say, hey, the Multipla was pretty great, but I want it to be a little better. Can you go out, use the original
Won't
design?
take much effort.
Just make it a little bit nicer, a little bit better.
So, one off Ferrari, converted manual Lamborghini of some kind.
A better Multipla.
Better Multipla.
And honestly, we all chose Italian automakers. Just said something.
That is interesting. I'm really
Because
surprised.
there's a lot of room for improvement.
They make the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make the coolest stuff. All right.
I thought it was going to say, what brand would you bring back? Like, you could go
no.
buy the defunct brand, like a Jaguar.
I would buy Saab.
Yeah.
Duesenberg.
To be clear, I don't think I have a way to make Saab make money, but I would try.
Neither did they in the end.
So true. All right, next question is from Century Bug. What's your learning manual story? Yours seem. I vaguely know yours. You should answer. I want to know when Nick plans to learn how to drive a manual. That's the question for Nick. But Kennan, please go ahead.
Plans to drive.
Have you ever been with him in a car?
When I'm having fun, I sometimes dump the clutch intentionally.
Oh,
Sometimes he
you do money
stalls
shift
while
cars.
trying
You have a
to.
reputation.
No, that never happened.
That's well, okay.
Never seen worse manual driving. All right, go ahead, Kennan.
Interesting. So I learned how to drive in an NC Miata, the hardtop, the folding hardtop one. My uncle had one, and took me to drive. We spent an afternoon driving that. We drove to the Fiat dealership. This is before the Abarth came out, and I wanted to see if it was there. And they happened to have a 500 Prima Edizione.
Nice.
And they let me go drive that, which was also a manual. So
It's a really easy manual to drive.
It was, but I got to check off 2 manuals, and I got to learn on Fiat, the dealer demonstrator.
The best way.
Which was good. Only stalled it twice, I think. But that was how I learned how to do it. And then I didn't drive manual for like a year after that. And then I made sure basically every car I owned until the Mercedes, they're all manuals. My next car will be too. So that's how I learned. But yeah, NC Miata, a good car to learn on. Very forgiving. Starts easily too when you install it. So.
Yep. It's good first cars. I didn't realize the Fiat 500 factored into your life.
It did. I remember that car. Well, what about you? Where'd you learn?
I learned a couple places, like at the simultaneous time. One is my friend Tristan. His parents had a V70 manual, so a Volvo wagon that was a manual, which was available briefly, and a Mark IV Golf manual. So I drove that Mark IV Golf around a bunch. I think the first actual time was with my friend's dad, Pete. Shout out to Pete Niewald. They had a Mazda Protege 5 manual, and so we went out driving for a while.
So you learned on kind of interesting cars.
Yeah. Not valuable cars, but good cars.
Good. Okay. And where'd you learn? This
It
will
was
be
an
good.
early 90s, I want to say 91 Nissan hardbody pickup.
Yeah.
My neighbor had it mostly for gardening, so it smelled like some combination of like fertilizer, manure.
Mulch.
It's what you do in Ohio. In the Midwest generally.
Yeah,
You
no, it was
pick up
just like
truck that you only drive in the spring
She
to garden.
still has it and was like texting me the other day because the exhaust rotted out and no one would repair it because the car's worth less than the piping to do this. And was like, can you please help me? And I'm like, I'm sentimentally attached too. But I learned to drive on that. No one ever taught me. She just like gave me the keys and was like,
It's the best way.
you want to learn manual, go for it. So I got pulled over very early on because I was blowing stop signs just in second because I didn't want to go down to first and risk stalling out. And so the cop let me off. He was very nice, kind of understood. And then I kept forgetting to take the parking brake off. And so when I returned it to her, the parking brake was just decimated.
This is the most.
I had to like go around with like a
imaginable.
brick in the trunk and use it as a parking chalk, and then apologize and replace her parking brake for her.
This is the most Nick story imaginable. Because I can picture you doing that today.
Yeah, it has happened once or twice since, but
That whole story is so you. That's perfect.
the car's still out there. I actually was just the family friend we were just with like 2 weeks ago in Florida, so she still got it.
Very cool. All right, cool. Hit us with another question,
All right.
Filippo.
This is the question just for Doug and or Filippo, so I'm sorry. Neither of you can answer. If you were broke, what cheap daily would you get to drive around? And Nick, that means so broke that you can't afford the maintenance on a P38. the car may be free, but you still can't afford it.
It isn't for everyone, I'll give you that.
What you guys got? And honestly, I think that a lot of my actual cars apply. I had a 2014 Ford Focus hatchback with a stick, and those are the only problem that those cars have. Really,
Was the trans.
is the automatic transmission, the dual shift or whatever they call it. And so if you have a manual one, they're incredibly reliable, they're incredibly efficient, they're more comfortable than you'd expect, they're capable for doing long trips, they're pretty fun to drive, and I would 100% go back to one.
So you're talking like $5,000 and below, basically.
Sure. Yeah.
In essence, what car would you buy for $5,000 and below?
Buy some of that because they're also underappreciated. Like a lot of $5,000 cars, if you want an Accord or a Civic or whatever, you pay a large premium because those are known for being quite reliable. The Ford Focus of that generation doesn't have that reputation, but it's all because of a single point of failure that you can avoid. Not all, but it's largely because of that.
I think in general, one thing I have learned, and we talked about this a couple podcasts ago, is that a lot of like these survivors, like Chrysler, like products, like low mileage, like you can buy low, they're not worth anything.
They're not.
And I think, and those are cool and interesting. You know, they don't have many miles on them, so how unreliable can they be?
No comment.
I think they're interesting enough. I mean, you fix them for not a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of these cars. I don't really know what to search for to bring this up. What example?
None of your save searches will tell you that. Actually, no. A Cayenne Turbo you can get for like 10, 15
Yeah.
grand.
Can you? Oh,
A Cayenne Turbo, yeah.
Or in like an ML55, you can buy for about
ML55 is a good one. Oh, you know what?
I mean, get the 500 and you have locking diffs.
Do you remember this C55? C55 AMGs are really inexpensive in that like general. I mean,
This is starting to become bad financial advice.
Yeah.
Like, I still think the move is the cheapest EV you can lease.
Oh, a cheap
For like
EV is a good option, too.
$150 a month, $200 a month.
You can get something
No
pretty much
maintenance
new, yeah.
costs. It's like you don't have to take $5,000 out of pocket. You're just cash flowing $200.
I don't disagree with any of that.
that's true. That's a good point.
Mow some lawns, clean some pools. You'll pay that off.
I do legitimately, for especially car people, do feel like, Kennan, to your point, the not as well known for being reliable brands often have reliable cars that you just need to know a little bit more about. And that's a great move.
Saturn,
that LW1.
Yeah, this one. I mean, there's a good
There
example.
you go.
I wish someone would do a review on
Also,
like
it won't rust.
Saturn.
I know,
A
wouldn't it be
recent
nice if
Saturn.
somebody
Well, look how nice this one was. Like,
Yeah.
that's a nice, like, well-kept car, but nobody cares about these.
Yep.
That's 72,000 miles.
Yep, that is an excellent choice. I can't see you in one, but that's an excellent choice.
No, but like in that situation, like, yeah, I think
That's a great choice.
sub $5,000,
Now,
3,700.
I picked a
3,700
manual
bucks.
car, but it's okay that you picked an automatic.
Well, you know, beggars can't be choosers, just they say, I guess. But like, well, I mean, here, look,
there you go.
SC2 manual.
Love these.
That's a great.
Why don't you just
You can
steal-
still participate in Radwood and be like, cool. I know it's a little bit beyond the age range, but you'd be accepted.
steal a Kia or Hyundai using a USB drive?
That's also an option. It's illegal. but
Great
it's an option.
consumer advice from Nick as usual.
Cheapest.
All right, we're going to do two final questions. One of them is going to be really, really quick, but it's a good question. From Z51 Stingray, why do you call the Veyron the Vey when the better option would be the Ron?
Because Ron is a guy who shows up to like it's like a plumber's name. Like I just want to like the Vey is like there's no you know what I'm talking about when I say the Vey. It's such a ridiculous name anyway. I know it's named after their test driver and stuff like that. But it's
Is
like,
it?
The
Okay.
Ron is just like not at the ilk I'm looking for a supercar of that magnitude. The Concorde of our automotive generation. You know,
Fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Ron is a nice guy. He's helpful.
In college, I rushed a frat, and they mistakenly wrote down my name as Rick instead of Nick. And it stuck for like a year, and I couldn't convince them. And I don't know why, but like, Nick is such a better name than Rick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, and I feel the same way with Ron. Like, Vey is just a better name. I don't know how
It
else
just
to
feels
explain it.
right. You know.
You're just against the letter R.
Yeah,
That's my
maybe,
takeaway.
unless it's the last name.
All right, I'm going to take a variant of Tucker Beatty's question. He asked specifically, what is worse, the P38 or the L320? But the question I'm going to change this to, because I want to rage
a
fade the
flawed
internet,
premise.
is Nick, and only Nick. Please rank the Range Rover generations from best to worst.
Oh, we've been asked this previously. Yeah, we never got your take.
We never got Nick's take, which,
Interesting.
boy, will it be wrong.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I love them all. This is like picking your favorite child.
I know it's hard. You're gonna put P38 as number one, which is wrong. but you're gonna do
No, I do think, I feel strongly the P38 is better than the RRC, and the market is wrong.
Okay.
The P38 is a better RRC in every way. Just doesn't look as old. It's only a downgrade.
that. And
Keep going, please.
I think the L405 is the best,
Okay.
especially in cabriolet format. It's just such a good value.
Yeah.
The L322, I've never driven one, so I don't know. But
Where are you gonna put it?
So I'll put it slightly above the P38. So
Wow.
I'm going 405, 322, RRC, and then the new one can be last. Because I don't know.
The
anything about it.
L460.
Yeah.
wow.
That's a surprisingly not that controversial take. I
No.
really thought we were gonna have P38 at the very
what?
top. I forgot he just bought.
I've spent months trying to get this P38 check engine light to go away.
Yeah.
Months. Like I planned to release a video on this like a year ago, and I'm still battling it. And I think it's finally getting me to my like a little bit off the P38 high horse.
Thank God. I'm stunned that you're stunned. Sorry, this is gonna be difficult. Like you were given a P38.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen? We all told you. You said this in the entire car. We were all in the same car at the time. Erupted saying, Nick, don't do this.
I agree, although it is like a weird sentimental thing. My kids
Yeah, but
asked,
get one that like is like nice.
I should have done that.
No, because he would have still spent the 15 grand in maintenance on it. Just he would have had to also pay for the car.
Yeah, I do agree that a nice one is still going to be expensive to own. But yeah, had I won
But, like-
the other Borrego one there, that 10,250, I was the underbidder at 10 grand. That might have been a better starting point.
Beauty.
But
Yeah.
you-
Nick, have I proven nothing to you? You start with a nice one, make it nicer.
What's great about the P38 too, though,
He's not gonna-
you can work on it so easily. Like I did the injectors myself. I did all these things myself.
Yeah.
Like it's compared to like the Arnage, it's just so DIY friendly. And look at that thing.
What are you into your P38?
It doesn't matter.
Can you share what you told our friend group earlier today? What color do you think you might wrap
So-
your P38?
My buddy has a Tesla that got wrapped in Tijuana, so I hit him up and I'm like, "Hey, what did they charge you?" And then I reach out to them for $1,350. They will wrap it yellow, and it's not using like S-Stack or Expel. It's like Cheetah or something like that is the brand.
Great.
And for an extra $100, they'll meet me at the border and do that part themselves. But I kind of want to like
You had a
the
yellow one.
The P38 looks like the easiest to wrap car I've ever seen. So I don't
True.
think you could screw it up that bad. And like then I could have my yellow one back again, but without.
You never should have sold this car.
I know.
What-
You sold it too soon.
Would you go for Vitesse yellow or Borrego yellow?
I think I'd go
Are they,
Borrego.
Are they the same?
Let me put it
No,
to
I
this
think
way.
they're different.
Cheetah is not making
It'll be with whatever
Borrego.
Cheetah makes. Yeah, bright yellow.
Fair enough. The Vitesse, by the way, was AA yellow, apparently.
Yeah.
You should choose a better color.
No,
Yellow fits.
What if you does Cheetah offer Cheetah print?
I
Because
don't
that's
know.
like a little yellow.
I think they charge
potentially.
extra if it's a print. And I don't want to spend any more than I have to on this car.
You can't make it a color that was
bright
sold
red,
by the company.
like Michael Jordan's P38, is also appealing, but yellow is kind of my thing.
We have to end this conversation
we have
before
to
I have
have
an
this conversation.
aneurysm.
We really do.
All right. Nick, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure as always.
Are we saying thank you for that?
You know, he still wonders why he's called Crazy Nick.
I
This
do.
podcast is perfect.
A very rational human.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to what is certainly the best ever podcast.
Best podcast
Next week,
we've ever
Doug
done.
will be back.
Right, normality will ensue.
And I will be
No.
gone.
Goodbye.
Rest in peace.
All right, thank
Bye.
you all so much for
Okay.
watching and listening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.